Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be replacing the whole headlight assemblies in my truck. Let me show you why. Alright, they are faded and you can clean them, but it's not going to last. That's not the only reason. I have a headlight out. That's not the reason either. Right down here, you can see my headlight assembly is cracked. So that's why we're going to replace it. Alright, everyone. So the headlights I got are Halo Projector headlights. I bought them from AmericanTruck.com. I got them. I've already opened the box. I think these things are amazing. We have to do a little bit of wiring. Not a lot. But we're going to get them put in. So, let me show you what I got. Alright. You get these little clips that you put the wires in. Take your pliers, crimp them, close it. I don't like them. They let moisture in, and next thing you know, you got a whole list of problems of having to rewire everything. So, these are the headlights that we're putting in. For starters, there's two 10mm bolts here. We're going to get them out. Alright, you come back here in the wheel well. There's another 10mm. It's a nut back here. And there's a rubber plug you'd have to take out. Mine's missing on this side. When I replaced my marker light, this broke back here, so we don't have to take that one out. Alright, so there's a pin back here. And you just gotta pull on it. Alright, now we have that out. Show you. So we're just going to pop this red tab up and then unplug the headlight. You got your marker light. Some people are going to unplug it and then pull this out when they put it in. Let's just do it all in one now. So we're going to set the wiring over here. For our wiring that we need to do, we're going to take the two white wires here, and we'll, white wires, not the black. We're going to twist the two white wires together. And then there's two black wires that we'll also twist those together. Your main headlight here, we're going to tap into those. Black is the ground. We're going to hook the black up to that. There's a white wire with an orange stripe. I've got my headlights on. As you can see, my parking lights on. So I got my low beam headlights on to make sure what we're going to do. We're going to test that first one, and we have power. So it's the white wire with the orange that we're going to tap into. The other one is your high beam that's not on. We don't want to tap into that. We're going to hook the wires up to the white with the orange stripe. And we're going to tap the black ones into the black. So, let's get going. Okay, so as you can see, I took the two white wires, I stripped a little more off, twisted those together, took the two black wires and did the same thing. So now we'll take our plug, we'll start with the ground. I've already stripped it, and I split the wires open. I'm going to feed this one in through, in between those, pinch them back together. And then I'm going to sit there and I'm going to twist it around. Just like that. I'm I'm going to grab the white wires and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Feed them through the loop I made, close it, and twist the wires around it. So now before I solder, I will plug this in. And I'm going to go turn the lights on and we'll check that. Now being careful not to touch those together. I'll take you out of here. And you can see the two halos and the low beam is working. So now we'll solder those up. Alright, now that our wiring is done and we have verified the lights work, now we're just going to go ahead, take a soldering iron, and we're going to start with the ground. We're going to hold it underneath the wires to heat them up. Alright, now that these are soldered up, we're going to use some liquid electrical tape. I chose Star Bright for the job. Green in color. So we're going to throw a coat of this on there. I've never used this stuff before. As you can see, I'm dripping all over. So we're going to put the first coat on, and then it says to let it dry for 5 minutes, and then you can put on another coat and more coats every 5 minutes. Alright, so we're going to let that dry, and then we'll come back and throw on another coat. Alright, so now I have 2 coats of it on there. As you can see, it's sticking together. Still not completely dry, so we're waiting on that to finish drying. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to go and start pulling the other headlight out. It's going to be the exact same procedure as what we're doing over here, so I'm not going to bore you with all of it. So I'll bring you back when this is dry. We'll set that back in there and see how it all looks. Alright, while I'm on the left side, I've noticed something that I wanted to point out. On the right side of the truck, the power wire you wanted to tap into was the white wire with the orange stripe. Now over here on the left side, I've already tested it. It's a white wire with a blue stripe. So that's what you want. Orange on the right side, blue stripe on the left side. Alright, so it has the liquid electrical tape on there as you've seen me putting it on. They say it dries in 5 minutes. It's been 2 hours. It's still kind of wet. So I'm going to put some regular electrical tape around this. If there was anything I could do different about how I'm doing this job, I think I would have cut the wire, put a heat shrink tube on there, and then soldered them all together and brought that up and did it that way. We'll see how this handles it. I may end up doing that at another time, but that's just my personal preference. I think I should have just did that to begin with. So, alright, let me get the wires tucked back in this and then I'll bring you back. Alright, so I got it all taped up. Got the liquid electrical tape, regular electrical tape, and so all these wires aren't just hanging loose. I threw a zip tie on here, not tight, just there to hold it in place. So let's get this off and get this thing slid up in there. I think these headlights are going to look very awesome on my truck. That's off. Alright, So this is all taped up. I got a zip tie on the wires to try to hold them together. Now, right here, can you see it? So we're going to peel that off. Alright. So we have to reuse our parking light. And that's going to go in there. So, get the wires out of the way. And just like that, pops in there. So, we're going to carefully flip this over. I don't want to scratch them all up already. Okay, now that we have that popped back into place, let's get these bolts put back in. We got the one that goes here. Alright, again, snug them up. I don't want to over tighten them like I normally do. So on the back side here, there's that one back here. So we're gonna stick the nut inside the socket, and we're gonna try not to lose it, and try to guide it onto the bolt back there. See if I can get you in so you can see it better. Right there, you can see it. See that? Not very good lighting in there, but that's the third one. So that one is done. And I think that looks awesome. Let me go get the other one in and bring it back when I'm done. And there you have it. The old headlights are up on top compared to the new ones that are in there. Let me go turn them on. Those look amazing. I will get another shot at night so you can actually see them better. You can see the 3 LEDs down here working. The parking light. So that wasn't supposed to happen. Got the nice halos, both sides. All in all, I think it looks awesome. I really do. Now I just need to clean up that bumper and it'll be looking good. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Okay, it's getting a little darker. I mean, not completely dark yet. I'll do it again in the dark. See the LEDs working, marker light. Rings are working. Projector for the low beams on good. And right up here, you can see the light coming through. That looks kind of cool. Hey everyone. Alright, it's early the next morning. Looking at my headlights. They look amazing. They really do. The video just isn't doing it any justice. However, these headlights need to be adjusted. See that? One's down low, one is way too high. So we'll cover up the left one. And the right one's not bad. Maybe adjust it a little bit. However, if we go over and cover up the right one. See that? It's way too high. So we get to adjust some headlights. Have a good one. We'll get back to you.